The car is great to drive. I think also the good thing about it is very predictable. It is, let's say, quite straightforward to set up. I mean, there's always things that you can do better, but it seems like we can get it into a decent window quite quickly. And that helps a lot, to work throughout a race weekend. Of course, this weekend it looks like there's a lot of rain around, so that always, makes it a bit more difficult to find the sweet spot of a car, because in the wet a lot of things can happen. But yeah, so far it's been a great start to the season.
I cannot afford to have any bad weekends anymore. I think I've had 2 or 3 bad weekends in the season, so I really have to get rid of those and keep the consistency high, because I think it's something that Max has been really good and consistent throughout this period.
And I saw your dad, of course, Lawrence Stroll. He said a double podium is possible for this weekend. Can you and Fernando achieve that, do you think?
Well, let's try and make him happy and make it happen.
You never know, but it is an aggressive target for the weekend. But we know Lawrence. The ambition of him is super high always, and we will try to make him happy and proud in the home Grand Prix.
I think it's one of the drivers' favorite circuits. I think for sure it's the city, it's the energy. It's I was asking one of the Canadians recently, like, is the city the same when we're not here? But the energy is always great. Got an amazing crowd since the beginning, and the track is like, you got these long straights, but it's a bit like a go-kart track in how you have to throw the car over the curbs, and it's always dwelled well with me. It's big braking circuit, so that's been always my strength since I was younger.
It's a lot of contrast versus Barcelona. Barcelona's all high-speed corners, smooth track, the hardest tyres. Now we go to all slow-speed corners, bumpy track, curbs, the softest tyres, so it couldn't be more contrasting if you tried. But we're going in with high hopes, good spirits. I think you've got to be adaptable to the conditions, with this rain around. It's going to be one of those weekends that perhaps the fastest car isn't going to come out, or let's say, taking Red Bull out of the equation, the fastest one from the rest isn't going to come out on that third position on the podium. So we've got to be alive to it.
It's a circuit I like, a circuit that I've always been doing well here in the past, because I just like the feeling of riding curbs, being close to walls, a bit like Monaco really, and hoping to have a better weekend.
I feel like Aston Martin will be doing a step forward for this weekend. Red Bull, they will be in front as always. Mercedes, I think, is the team that we don't really know where to put them coming into this weekend, but at the end it doesn't matter. We just need to focus on ourselves. It is a very special track, with curb riding being a big thing here, and the weather also. So it's going to be interesting, and we'll try to maximize our package and have a good weekend here.
We are bringing some more updates to the car, so that's always very positive. We've been progressing super well in the last couple of races, especially on Saturdays. There's still some work to do on Sundays. We are not the happiest on Sundays yet, but it's a good moment in the team because we are seeing the progress, and we can be pleased with that.
I think the last 3 events have been pretty strong in terms of evolutions and progress. We've scored points with both cars on these last 3 events. Miami was a step forward. Monaco, there was obviously a podium. Barcelona, we showed strong pace in quali with false in qualifying, and again double points. So there is definitely positives. There is small details we need to work on to really make a step on Sundays. But overall, I think we got decent potential in our package, and I'm confident we can get a strong result again this weekend.
I think we learned a lot. Nothing which is like instant lap time to come into this weekend. Nothing which is going to suddenly boost our confidence with certain things. But good information for us as a team, the engineers, the guy designing the car. You just get good information and confirmation of our strengths and weaknesses and so on. So, good things from that side, but nothing, like I said, which is going to make us come here with a lot more confidence than where we've been.
Yeah, great memories about here. It's one of my favorite places we go to. Track's fantastic, the town, the people, the love and the passion we get here has been great for since I'm came here, even before all the F1 hype. This was always a sold out race, and a lot of support for us, so looking forward to get out there. Track wise, difficult to predict. I'd rather just wait and see how it goes tomorrow.
I've played the track when I was growing up on all the F1 video games. I'm looking forward to it. Looks cool, looks quite bumpy and a bit dusty. And obviously a lot of weather hanging around. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm looking forward to getting out there.
There's always room for improvements, and you could always get the latest machinery for every single department. So I think there's still work going on, seeing where to invest, when to invest, because there is a clear long-term plan. But then in the end, it's also about human power, like you said. So we're getting there step by step, but it is a project.
Yeah, I think, that race we execute everything we could. I think more than what we all expected. So for me as a driver, I really just felt another big room of margin improvement, and the confidence boost really high now, and I really feel like I want to convert it this weekend into another best race of my career or what. But I feel like it was a good way of knowing the upgrade of the team is working in the right direction, and also the race was hard, but time management, everything was on target. But really happy with that, picking up these very important 2 points for the team.
I'm feeling positive. I think so far bumpy track is not too bad. Monaco we performed quite well, so feeling optimistic. But I'll try my best. I think this weather will be a slightly game change. It will affect our kind of strategy and bit of pace. So see how it goes.
150th race in Formula One. What a ride it's been for you. Just how do you reflect on the last 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, it always, when you think back, it feels like 150 races. It sounds like a lot, but it doesn't feel like that much. I always get surprised when new guys come into F1 and I see their age. And I think about my own age, and suddenly feel quite old. I feel young still, but time flies, and I'm not a youngster anymore. So
yeah, we've been pretty hard at work the last couple of weeks. Nothing too big actually balance wise. It feels quite similar. It's more just a general downforce difference. So I think it's we've done a good job. I do think it's going to put us more into the fight with the midfield, something which we've been falling away a little bit from the last few races. So hopefully it can just get us back into the fighting area for points.
We had 2 decent weekends. I think as a team we've shown good progress, and I'm really proud of the work we've done as a team since the beginning of this season to get closer towards the top 10. And I think we've shown that we are getting more and more competitive, and that's encouraging. So very happy to be here, enjoying Canada and Montreal. So looking forward to the weekend.
I got to go home for a couple days, reset, see my family. That was nice, and here we are in Canada. It's a track I've always wanted to drive, and I'm looking forward to the weekend.